Welcome, beautiful divine masculine and feminine darlings. This is the Seraph Gem Gypsy, Seraphe Indigo Empress, and Shiloh Horizon. I don't plan to be here for too long, we'll see. But I do have some things to share. I did just pick up a karmic female energy. This was a karmic female whose parents, especially father, knows what she has done to target a divine feminine and her kids. This is somebody who tried to gaslight, but it didn't work. People know what they've done. People are not fooled. This may have been somebody who was convicted for committing the same crimes before to someone else, and then they recommitted them via recidivism towards a new victim. And they tried to convince people that the first time around they were the victim and it was just an unfair situation, and they may have been able to get away with that to some degree. But then, oh, careful! Oh, baby, I know, I saw that coming. Are you okay? I know, are you okay? Tried to stop you. You okay? It could have been much worse. Have to be careful, my lovey. I saw that coming. You okay? Yeah, I love you. I do. Pretty boy. So sweet. Did you miss me today? I missed you too. It was a busy day. I know. My boy. My good boy. Love you. Honey bunny. Excuse me. Yeah, see, they're mad. This is somebody mad that they've been blocked. So they may have tried to play the victim before, and whether they got away with it or not, they tried to repeat or inflict the same situation again. And people are seeing now that maybe even in the prior situation, and I'm picking up that that's the case, people are seeing, because this is a pattern with this person, that they're not the victim that they tried to paint themselves out to be. They were willing to give this person a benefit of the doubt the first time, but then when they started playing this situation out with a whole nother group of people, and it was just a repeat of the same toxicity, they realized that, yep, somebody who possibly tried to get together with an ex of yours, this might be the partner or an ex-partner of an ex of yours, so like you break up with a karmic and then they start dating someone who gets jealous of you and attacks you for that, or they start dating somebody and then they break up, and even if they're not together, and even if you're not together with that person, and even if you don't want that person, whether or not they're still together or whether or not they've separated, they're still jealous of my light workers and I. Yeah. But there is no arguing. People see that they were just picking a fight to pick a fight, but they were wrong. It wasn't about doing the right thing or being correct. It was just about trying to convince people that they were right when they weren't, and even trying to gaslight people and lie to people to manipulate them into buying this, which wasn't very smart. People see that they were just jealous, and that's backfired. Yep, and so they've caused themselves opportunities because that's what they were trying to cause for other people. People see that they were just jealous or had crushes, both, and that they were trying to energy harvest, claim the place of another, do the copycat thing. Yeah. Yeah, see? They wanted people to be afraid. And they thought that they were going to hide themselves. But people know who they are. Even their own family's been flipping on them because they know what they've done to us. That they were obsessed. That they were types of people that people needed to get away from and cut cords with. But look, they're not cloaked. They wanted to cloak themselves. They tried to cloak themselves or hide the truth, but they're not. They're not cloaked at all. See, they wanted to get our family to turn against us, and now that's backfired on them because they have no protection. But I cannot relate. Yep. So any spell work or anything that they were doing, that is also backfired. And they're being cleansed out. Anything else? I feel like I need to put this deck away. Yeah, they were not smart. They were making poor choices out of impulse. Some of these people thought that they were spiritual or tried to be spiritual. They're not. Can I get one on this karmic female energy that you were telling me about? Thanks. 2 came out, actually. Let's see, shall we? Lack of foresight, carelessness, deep worry, incoherence, falls, illness, accidents, destruction, turmoil, turbulence, setting off catastrophes, scatterbrained, anxiety, fear of the future, impetuous action, absent-mindedness, whirling, swirling energy, excessive willpower, angry temperament, and inner and outer paralysis. So this is also what they wanted for my Lightworker Collective and I. That's a no. August 7th to August 12th. April 17th in the afternoon. April 18th, July 1st, September 14th, November 26th, February 4th, 9 a.m. to 9:19 a.m. 28, clearing karmic cycles, finding balance. Okay. And then you have eloquence for personal gain, flatterer, deceiver, speaking artfully to fool the gullible and the naive, elocution difficulty. So now nobody believes them or wants to listen or hear what they have to say because they've been found out to be liars. Deterioration of language, egoism, shady deals and trickery, living from illicit means, manipulating by ensuring the support of influential people. And the dates here are November 28th to December 2nd, May 10th, July 24th, October 7th, December 18th, February 26th, 4:20 p.m. to 4:39 p.m. And then another card fell out on the side. My next question was for my light workers. And that would be this. My energy, for example. Renown, celebrity, patronage, philanthropy, political, artistic, scientific activities, great generosity, encouraging goodness, leader, diplomacy, leadership, fortune, wealth, business, altruism, and allowing us to make surprising discoveries as well as travel. Yeah, I was on the road quite a bit the last couple of days, and that's one of the things I was even out doing today, was a support of other people, and people who wanted to be in charge were having kind of meltdowns, so I ended up having to take the reins. They were panicked. I was not. What was that song? I heard that earlier too, from Divine Masculine. Hold on. He said, oh, it was Him and I by G-Eazy. She keeps her composure. Yeah, that's my down bitch. Okay. Hmm? Okay. Cross my heart, hope to die. To my lover, I never lie. Said be true, I swear I'll try. In the end, it's him and I. He's out his head, I'm on my mind. We got that love, the crazy kind. I am his, and he is mine. In the end, it's him and I. Hell of a ride. They don't want to see us make it, they just want to divide. Bonnie and Clyde. Got the kind of style. Try to rip off. YSL is short for Yves Saint Laurent. It is, I believe, a French brand, designer brand. Yeah, it's French. Ever catch me cheating, she would try to cut my crazy, but I pull it down and I let everybody try to rip off. YSL dress under when she take the mink off. Silk on her body, pull it down and watch it slip off. Ever catch me cheating, she would try to cut my crazy, but I love her, I can never run from her. Hitting no rubber, never would, no one touch her. Swear we drive each other mad, she be so stubborn. But what the fuck is love with no pain, no suffer? Instance, shit existence. Feel like she can just sense. Always down to 10 cents. Hope to die, never lie. It's him and I. Got the love, the crazy kind. I am his, and he is mine. In the end, it's him and I. Him and I. I'm a crazy fucking Gemini.
for when I die. Everybody dressed in all black suits in a tie. My funeral be lit if I ever go down or get caught or they identify. My bitch was the most solid, nothing to solidify.
She would never cheat, you'd never see her with a different guy, ever tell you different. It's a lie. See, that's my soldier. She keeps that thing. If anyone goes there, calm and collected, she keeps her composure, and she's gonna ride for me until this thing's over. Fuck up clubs together. Keep mobbing, it's just me and my queen. Fuck the world, we're just gonna keep getting rich. Swear I'll try. In the end, it's him and I. On my mind, he's got that love, crazy kind. He is mine. In the end, it's him and I. Okay. You're so angry. Why are you so angry, Karmix? Inquiring minds would like to know. I'm curious. Let's do... Welcome. Oh, get some sleep. It's nice to see you, and I hope you have sweet dreams. Oh goodness, it must be early there. You're still up. Let's do this one. I heard this too. Oh, I just got chills. This is Milky Chance Stolen Dance. I haven't watched that movie yet. I think I'll do that. The, what was it? The 5 + 6 = 2. I think it's a horror movie or something you said, or a haunting. I'm very interested in that. I think that would be good to decompress with. I know it sounds weird, but as a trauma survivor, sometimes those things relax me. 1722. I heard that. Also, I'm a ghost whisperer, and then I just heard Tony come through and say, "I'm not afraid of no ghosts," which is hilarious because I have a video of one of my best friends telling a ghost story when he was still alive, and in that story, part of the story is the storyteller saying, "I'm not afraid of no ghosts." So I have a video of him when he was alive saying that while telling a ghost story, and now he is one of my spirit guides, and he's still cracking that joke. Love you, T. So clever. You think I'm funny? Yeah, you know you're funny. I'm giggling, aren't I? It's true. Hello, goofball. Love you. Ghost story. A ghost story. Is it this one? Nope, that's the boat. Where's the ghost story? Here it is. So this was my business partner. He's one of my best friends. And somebody says he died. Yes, he had a heart attack a couple of years ago. But he was hilarious. He was one of my anchors, my
Catherine's haunted
sounding
mullet
boards.
Tonight, aka the Molly Mines of Maine. Poor old Catherine was helping
I
her.
heard this is one of your best friends. Yeah, he was so funny. He's at his parents' house in this one. I think he was visiting his parents or house sitting or something. I know where that is. I can see the cross in the background if been there before. And they have an emu in the backyard, a big giant bird. We used to go feed her sometimes. She was so cute. What was her name? I heard Emu. They named the emu Emu.
Load up the ore wagon. She didn't want to be up on that mountain that day. She had plans to be in Cherryfield that night to do some shopping and meet up with friends for a midsummer night social. But there she was, loaded Molly Youre, and in her nice white dress to boot. Her husband convinced her it'd be a quick side trip to check on the mines and the miners, and then they'd head down to town. A few minutes turned into several hours, and no one knows for sure if it was equipment failure, an overloaded cart, a marital malice, or just Catherine's hard-tempered tongue. But as she sat on that wagon loaded with Molly, she had finally had enough and let out a scream that some say broke the iron hitch of that old ore wagon, sending the cart and her rolling off the mountain to her death in the lake below. Poor old Catherine, she never did make it to that Cherryfield summer social, and she's still pissed about it to this day. Her spirit has never quite found rest, and it is said she watches over those mines with black blinking eyes in the trunks of spruce trees. The red squirrels up on that mountain are more brazen than normal, and will scold loudly if you start to hammer on those rocks. They're warning you. And it's best to heed the warning of the squirrels, for the banging of the miner's hammer will awaken and enrages an already enraged spirit. Catherine will come up out of the mountain, at first as a gust of wind. Even on the calmest of days, keep mining and cracking on those rocks, and even the squirrels will take cover as the wind gust stops.
He's telling a ghost story.
And silently emerge from the water-filled mine pit, soaking wet and in a white dress and pissed as hell. She'll drag you down to the bottom of that water-filled mine. Or at least that's what I've been told. I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
So
Catherine's.
oh my gosh. So this was a few years ago when he was alive, and he was telling a ghost story, and he said it, but I just heard him as a ghost speak it over my shoulder. Which is just funny in retrospect. He was alive telling the ghost story. Now he's the ghost repeating the lines. That is funny. I thought so. 2222. Here, I've got another one for you. He was so funny.
So,
Hold on.
what are we doing, Noah?
Okay, so here they were on a boat, and they got caught in the middle of a hurricane. It was Hurricane Beryl. While they were in the middle of a tropical ocean on this boat, it was in the Ekees. Also, I have the original of this video, but I didn't want to put a minor little baby's face on the screen. Certainly not without speaking to her parents, so that's why I blurred that out. But very cute little girl.
On the street area, and apparently we didn't blow up, which is great.
Yeah, very good. We're off the coast of the Ekees. Am I covering it with my finger? We're off the coast of the Ekees, Puerto Rico, and we had dropped our anchor in a military restricted zone where there was apparently unexploded bombs. But we had no fuel, and this is what we had to do. So they're still lowering and tinkering, so it's like leave it alone so that it's done. So okay.
So cute. I have one more, and then I also have a story, because he was doing a lot of traveling the years up until he died. And when he was out in some of these tropical adventures, they were often on, oh, sweet dreams, they were often on boats. Out in the middle of these beautiful tropical oceans. And many people were jumping off of the boats to go swim. But he, the whole trip, was afraid to go in the water because he was so terrified that he was going to jump in and then see a shark, or a shark would come and eat him or something, right? Except for on the very last day, he kind of said, well, I'm already here. It's the last day. F it. Right? Haven't seen a shark. So he jumps in. And the second he jumps in, a shark is right there. He opens his eyes under the ocean and he's face to face with a shark. Because what they didn't know was a little bit down, like, I don't know, maybe half a mile down the ocean coast where they were, quarter of a mile, another boat was just a little ways down chumming. They were throwing old bait off of the side of the boat, which drew all of the sharks right into that area. So he's kind of lucky that since they came there to feed, that he didn't get bitten, eaten, anything else. But interestingly enough, he was super afraid of that, did not get in the ocean the whole time, and on the last day came face to face with a shark. And then there's this one. He's so funny.
So, on the boat, heading to British Virgin Islands. I'm in my cabin, and I've discovered this fact after a week that if you're going to be seasick, it's better to be seasick and drunk. So bring on the rum. It's a rough ride. We're surviving Hurricane Beryl. Fuck. Okay. See ya.
I heard that you miss him. I do. But he's still funny, cracking jokes over my shoulder. And so it's really funny to be able to, you know, I'm picking up the messages, mediumship messages, but it's nice and kind of funny to be able to show you little clips of him and his personality and put a literal face to the name. Hey, there's a ghost over my shoulder talking, but I can actually show you the demeanor and the dynamic. Very cool. Cheers. Also, if you think he was a cool human, he's a really solid spirit guide too. I heard that. Somebody says he was a protector. Yes, when he was alive as well. That's what I mean by anchor person. He was one of the people in the world that made me feel very secure. I like a safe place in a person. Not Delray. But as far as friends and interactions like that go, yeah, about the next best thing. My husband will always be my very best friend, but if you know, you know. Good friends are good. Sometimes I'd be really content in the house, just chilling. He'd say, come on out with me tonight. I'm like, I don't know. Very comfortable here. He's like, come on, I need my wing woman. I hear this message about dirty cops trying to falsely arrest or set. It's not new. They've been on this. Like, for me, for example, there are a couple of dirty cops that are so desperate to 616, get away with their crimes, get away with not doing their jobs, and get away with abusing their positions at their jobs to break the law against people, right? So not protecting people that they're paid to protect, and then hurting people that they're not supposed to. They're not supposed to do that to anybody. But anyway, you catch my drift. And so because they don't want to be in trouble for not doing their jobs or abusing their job positions on either end of the spectrum, their desperate plot and attempt is to try to set up the person who they did dirty or who's whistleblowing about their crimes, because they think if they can lock that person up and no one is around to listen, then they're in the free and clear of things. Or if they can falsely smear campaign somebody as a criminal and discredit them, then nobody will listen to the fact that they're dirty cops or hold them accountable for it. And so that's their tactic. Yep, what did I say? Spreading lies, false rumors, assassinating your character, trying to cause you to have known and unknown enemies. Yeah, just lit some some incense, remember? You got them big mad, pissed off. They're mad because of your success, high energy, and the way you walk, talk, and dress. These people do not have the divine on their side. It's not our fault that they're toxic. See, they want us to be all upset, moody, sad, feeling depressed, or I hear suicidal. Either they want people to just take themselves out, or they want people to be put in a position to be more easily taken out. See? Outsiders attacking you. Coworkers, friends, groups of people hired by people that are close to you or in association with them. And like I said earlier, some of these people trying to play with hexes and spell work and all kinds of junk. No, this backfired on them. And the last deck said that too. So, anything else? Gang stalking, hackers, white-collar criminals, copycat doppelgangers trying to bring you down by any means necessary. Yep, trying to recruit more narcissistic people. Yeah, I've showed all these toxic people that I've chosen to surround myself with, you, the target, and they all agree with me. Yeah, of course, all of your flying monkeys that are just as toxic and unintelligent as you are on the same toxic radio station that the devil is outputting. You're all on it together, but those of us on a higher frequency, we don't F with that. I hear, yes, you do. No, I can put you in your place, but I don't choose to live there. You keep trying to drag people down because you want people to join you in your misery, but bitch, we don't want that company. 3222. Yeah, see? Your daily rituals have backfired. It's not bad luck, it's bad karma. Yeah, and people know that you're trying to steal and copy. Not cute. That failed, didn't it? That was dumb of you, wasn't it? Dumb, da dum, dum, dum. Dumb. All that forehead, nothing inside it. Saw that. What a waste of prime real estate. Could put a billboard on that thing. I don't care how big your forehead is, as long as it's not empty inside, behind it. Divine Masculine's laughing. Yeah, pinky in the brain. Well. Yeah. Again, trying to make you sabotage or lose your job or business, trying to throw spell work. This could be cults also doing this, but your spirit team sees the bad that they're doing and are taking care of it. They're not pleased. Haters have a price to pay. And didn't I say that? Ancestors won't be putting up with that. Heard that. Okay. Cars being tracked with a... This might not be on the car. This could be through the... your GPS in your phone or something. It could be. Sometimes they use even things like Apple AirTags to try to stalk people that way. And then we also just talked about the radio station. They're all on the same demonic radio frequency. Just hateful. And they claim that they're not while grouping up and being hateful. That's delusional. I'm not stalking you as I'm recruiting people to stalk you and telling you all about it and saying that we're doing this as a group. Okay, well, that's stalking, especially when you're unwanted as you are. Undesirables. Irrelevant. Have to do things like that to try to force yourself in people's face to try to make yourself seem relevant. But again, if you're not throwing things around or waving flags in people's face, they don't pay attention to you because you're not important, karmic. Like, for example, you keep trying to come here on my social media. I'd mind my business and stay away from you. Unless I'm having to call you out directly for your nonsense and your crimes, which you don't want because it contradicts the reputation that you tried to hold for yourself, which is fake. That's why their business and such as have backfired too. Yep. And they're being cleansed out. Take a spiritual bath. Yep. Anything else? Yeah. And then they also try to do things like see what we have going on in our life so that we can mess it up. Notice I'm only telling you what's going on in regards to how they've been trying to mess with our life, mess with our energy, get all up in our grill and our business to make a mess of things, blame us for it, and then try to dip out and dodge accountability with their stolen goods. And so what I'm doing is reading our energy, and it's outlining anybody that's playing around in it that shouldn't be. But they do things like try to go and see what blessings we might have coming for us and see what we have that they're jealous of or that they might be jealous of that they can mess up. We're looking to see how they're messing with us so that we need to and can protect ourselves. They're looking to see how they can cause problems, and we're not the same. So they don't have the clearance to do that. We're not messing with their energy or looking into their life by checking in on how they've been messing with ours, but that's not what they're doing. They're trying to find what blessings we have to steal them because they're mad and jealous. You see? But that's their issue. They're trying to make it other people's. I shouldn't have done that. No. You are unstoppable. They cannot defeat you. But these people may have either been wishing harm for you, trying to block or cause blockages in transportation, or actually tampering with vehicles. Your spirit team sees what they're doing, though, again. Yep. Trying to throw spell work at your front door or car, using oils, dusts, powders, etc. It's that voodoo energy I was picking up. Yeah, they're being cleansed out, though. Let's do some Reiki before I go as well. They're just trying to get gang stalkers to group up. But that means they're all going down together. They think if they work in numbers, they can do the job. But really what's happening is they're all being rounded up. They're being tested and rounded up. They think they're going to gang up to successfully take out a target. But it's like the devil's been coercing them to do its dirty work, knowing that God is just wrangling all these karmics up. They think they're getting away with things. No, they're being lined up in a circle in or against a wall. They're being brought to the slaughterhouse. It's a free will choice. They didn't have to choose to be toxic, but the karma that comes back is going to kick their teeth out. And so if they're choosing to gang up with others, it's not going to work out well for them. They didn't have to do that. They could have gotten dharma or at least not made their karma worse by choosing not to do that, but they did. So everything they wanted for us is kicking back in their face and then some. Because that's how that works. Yep, phone is tapped. It's just could just be the hacking bit. Again, we've talked about that. You know? Anything else? I heard that karmic female said, I hope you die. Yeah, bitch, you first. I'm not going anywhere but up in life, and you're not coming with me. Under the prison for you. I heard that. Oh, she makes me so mad. Oh, I make you so mad? Why? Because your little attempts to project don't work, they don't stick. And I reflect your projections right back to you and then leave them with you because they're yours. Because I can't get one over on you. Yeah, I'm a Heyoka empath. Who do you think you're messing with? You barked up the wrong tree, bitch, and I bite back. Checkmate. I thought you were like Gandhi. Oh, I am. But you flipped the wrong side of that Gemini switch, and I do not apologize for that. I did warn you. You thought I was bluffing because you were. I was not. Toodles. Next. Hi, baby. Oh, she's gonna get it for that. I hear no, she's not. No, you're not. The holy team is saying she's going to. That karma's about to kick back in her face, even just for saying things like that, for doing things like that. Oh, she's gonna get it for what? Telling you the truth. That means you're trying to silence a witness, intimidate a victim or something. That's karma for you. You see? Oh, I wish she would just die. Yeah, well, that's a wish for a death. Basically, that's a death spell or the intention of one. So how do you think that's going to turn out for you when that backfires, Crystal? Not well. Stank ass biatch. You stink. Your spirit is ugly. See? Little demons. Demon energy. This is Judas, Jezebel energy. This is incubus, succubus energy. Little prostitution thought. Who just couldn't stay out of the spell work. Didn't know when to mind their own business. Stay in your own lane, bitch. I don't have one, she says. Okay, well, trying to step in and jump in on other people's is the best way to get run over for yourself. Trying to post shade memes on social media. I'm not posting shade memes. I just called that biatch out. I just called that bitch that brought that biatch out. Because that's what I was going to say. One of the three. Oh, she makes me so mad. She just said that. I heard it. Yeah, I know. Said the copycat. I'd poor knockoff at that, but it doesn't make sense. The lies they were telling, the whole attempt to even do the copycat thing, the slander campaigns, it doesn't make sense. People see their motive. People see that they were just jealous and that they're being fake, that they're not who we are and they can't pretend to be us. They certainly can't be us, but it didn't work to pretend either. In fact, they're catching heat for it. Quite a lot of flack, indeed. Or they're about to. I hear, not if I lie about you first. I'm not. Baby, that's on you. I'm going to retaliate against you because I'm mad that I'm catching my karma. It's not, has nothing to do with me. But that's between you and the universe. But God, the universe, is clocking everything that you're doing. And you trying to retaliate against me or anybody because you're mad that you're getting karma is not going to make that karma better for you. It's going to make it worse. It's not going to hurt the people you're trying to hurt the way you think it is. It is going to fuck your day up because that's what you're trying to do to other people's. So you're going to fuck around and find out, pretty much. And I do suggest you quit while you think you're ahead. Or I do suggest you quit while you know you're not, and that's why you're spinning your gears and trying to put yourself in some kind of position. You're not entitled. It's not your lane. You don't even have your license at this point. Stay seated. Can't even pass spiritual pre-K, but you want to run with the master? Get real. Cheers. And I don't care what your little grimoire told you, it was full of lies. And writings from a delusional person who you should not have been putting on a pedestal nor taking advice from. Which is why I will not take either of your insults. Thank you. And again, would you like to know why I will not be taking any insults you have? Because I wouldn't take your advice. Toodaloo. You know, I hear this. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, set fire to the rain. Okay, because first of all, it's pouring. It's been pouring here for a few days, mostly. And then the karmic female energy I was just picking up, sending those attacks, and also that death energy, the wishes of death to divine feminine. She's been fixated over a fallen fire sign masculine. So set fire to the rain. Hello. There's more to it than that, but that's one download for you on this one. Mind you, this is not what I anticipated picking up on. It just, they're playing around in our energy, and so this is what came up on the board. You see. Yeah, I heard you should have left her alone. Yeah, could have just left me alone. And it was dark, and it was over until you kissed my lips and you saved me. My hands, they're strong, but when my knees will fall too weak, stand in your arms with that fall to your feet. But there's a side to you that I never knew all the things you say they were never true, and the games you play, you would always win, So I set fire to the rain, watch it pour as I touch your face, let it burn while I cry, 'cause I heard it screaming out your name, your name. With you, I could stay there, close my eyes, forever. You and me together, nothing is better. 'Cause there's a side to you that I never knew all the things you say they were never true, and the games you play, you would always win, Watch it pour as I touch your face, let it burn while I cry, 'cause I heard it screaming out your name, your name. Fire to the rain, watch it pour the last time, the last time. Sometimes I wake up by the door, that heart you know must be waiting for, even if Hi, buddy. Okay, I also heard this one. Come on, my love. This is Alexa Capelli. Could have just left me alone. I should have known it when you gave me every compliment, or when you told me that I spend too much time with my friends. Got me attacked so you could break my heart and play the victim. I bet you do it all again. If you call me crying, I'll just wanna hang up on you. So don't bother with my number, 'cause we're done. Oh, it makes me sick how you just quit. All those months wasted. You could've just left me alone. Oh, you're so basic, so toxic. You should've just left me alone. Okay. I wouldn't have to try and puzzle piece my life together. After you came and tore it up so much for you. I'm clever. I wish I could believe that all this changed me for the better. No, I wouldn't recommend. If you call me crying, I just wanna hang up with you. So don't bother block my number, 'cause we're done. Oh, it makes me sick how you just quit all us once wasted. You could've just left me alone. You're so basic, the same old tricks. You're so toxic. You should've just left me alone. You could've just left me alone. Okay, heard that too. I also heard this one. I heard that. Somebody says, have you eaten today? A little bit this morning. Or I guess it was kind of like brunch. I was up very early, like 4 o'clock in the morning today. Lots of stuff to do. And then I got a call at 6 and I was really busy after that. So I've been a busy lady. But I heard this too. And I will eat. I promise I will. I did go pick up some groceries. And I'm gonna make some stuff later. I just wanted to check in, hold some space, clear the energy a little bit. And I've got some tasks to do before I cook. But I also have some time before I'm hungry, so it's fine. We're good. I heard that. At least you ate. Yeah, I had a little bit this morning. I'm good. I'll be alright for a bit. Hi, buddy, buddy. Love you so much. I love you.
I was only walking through your neighborhood, saw you out on honey in the cold. I stood anywhere I go, there you are.
Oh, okay, look. Okay, so a reading just popped up, and it says, that's funny, it's a Virgo reading, and I mentioned the other day that I am also a Virgo. I have a number of things in my chart, but one of the predominant energies is Virgo energy. And I mentioned, I was serious, but also kind of joking, but I'm serious. And I don't do this with all things, but if there's a shirt or something that I really like, that I love the way it fits, and I just love it, there's something about it, I'll get it in every color. Or if there's something that I'm really passionate about, something that's very purposeful for me, like art or like my reading. I've been doing this for over a decade, and I've got about 500, give or take, decks over there. It's been a bit since I've counted, so I can't give you an exact number, but about 500, give or take. And then as far as the nail polish goes, I've got at least about 100 bottles in there. I heard that somebody's being weird. I don't have a problem coming over here. Look. The drawer's not organized the way I want it to be, because I've been pulling everything out of it lately, but it's here. Just make sure I get them all in one spot. I heard that. I wish I hadn't. Yeah, I wish you hadn't too. That would be great for all of us, you know. You know? Why are you so mean? I'm sure you're not very nice to yourself either, but like, why are you so mean to everybody? I really wish I hadn't done that. Yeah, trust me, dude. We all do. I'm never gonna get it. No, you weren't. You were never going to get away with it. I don't know why you thought you could. It was delusional of you. But here you go. Hmm. Okay, I heard that. Those aren't all polishes. What do you mean they're not all polishes? Yes, they are. Yes, yes, they are. You're crazy. Are you blind also? You're so crazy. Also, why does it take that much? Why do I have to go to that extreme to show you, first of all, that you're stupid and incorrect, karmics? I don't do that to prove myself right either. Sometimes. I do that also to show them how stupid they are, that they're incorrect. I heard that that's not very nice. No, neither is your bullshit that you're putting people through because you think you're right when you're wrong, or you think you're entitled when you're not. So if you're going to do that, I'm going to tell you about it, and probably a few things about yourself in the process. Whether you're ready to hear it or not, that's your fault and problem. Yeah, there's a weird karmic also, like, well, why do you have them in a drawer? Well, because I don't plan to actually stay here for that long, so I don't really need to set them up elsewhere. Also, when I keep them right here, this is where I do my art usually, in this vicinity, so why would I have them all over elsewhere when I use them right there and they're literally at my fingertips? It just makes more sense. That's like asking me, why do I read in my kitchen? It's comfortable and it works for me. You're in my tea corner. What do you mean? What a weird question. Why don't you mind your business? Why don't you stay in your own lane? Why don't you have a lane to stay in? I see, I've got better questions for you. Priorities. Focus. So there's that. First of all. Second of all, it was a very long day. And I certainly don't, but I'm pretty sure that nobody else has time or patience or energy for your BS, karmic. So that's enough of you. Toodaloo.
I go where you are.
Stop her.
I've been getting used to waking up with you. I've been getting used to waking up here. Anywhere I go, there you are. Anywhere I go, there you are. There you are.
I was going to say it's because you're mentally unstable and nobody wants to deal with that. But, you know, that's not even the thing. It's not the mental instability. It's their cruelty and refusal to take accountability. That's the problem, at least in big part. For starters, thank you. But this Virgo reading says, wants to cover up these false documents. They want to cover up these false documents. You see, because this is exactly what I said about the dirty cop energy I picked up earlier. They know that they're in so much trouble for either trying to set people up, not doing their job when they were supposed to protect people, or actually helping criminals that they shouldn't, or becoming criminal in the process themselves. Are you hungry, baby? Let me get you some dinner. And so now they want to either try to have the victim falsely arrested so that the victim can't speak up, or to try to discredit that person so that if they do speak up, either nobody will be around to listen or nobody will think to, because they have already done such damage in regards to character assassination. That's their goal. That's their aim. They want to be able to keep being dirty cops, and they're willing to be a dirty cop or dirty cops to do it. Which is why they're not equipped for the job in the first place, isn't it? Did you know that the military screens for narcissism, but the police academy doesn't, even though those are both arenas that narcissists tend to gravitate towards, because it gives them a perceived position of power and they get to tote around a gun and think they're above the law and bully people into doing what they're doing, or intimidate people. And they even teach intimidation tactics in the police academy. In fact, did you know that they teach police officers to puff out their chest and stand really tall and pull their shoulders back because it makes them look bigger. And it's a subconscious way to try to intimidate people into submitting. Yeah, they teach them that. Now imagine teaching a narcissist that and then giving them a gun. Again, they do not screen for narcissism at the police academy. They do in the military, though.
And I always feel you in my blood. Everything is fine. And your head's resting next to mine. Next to mine. You're the fire in the flood.
All right, there's that one. Oh, you know what? No, I'm hearing another line. I think it's this one. He says, when you know, and I know. He's talking, it's divine masculine, talking about divine feminine. And he's talking about when you know you've met the one, when you know you've found the one, when you know you are with the person you're meant to be with for the rest of your life forever, when you know, it doesn't matter what people think. In some cases, it doesn't matter how long you've been together or not. When you know, and I'm hearing a divine masculine say, yeah, especially when you're gifted, and something along these lines, especially when you're gifted and you have things like past life recall, or you can place these people in these things, it makes things make more sense in some cases. I'm not talking about in the situations where people are reaching for these things. I mean somebody who's just naturally gifted. It just comes to them. They just know. When you know, you know. Divine masculine says, I saw it in your eyes. I hear fire in her eyes. The eyes, there was soul recognition. That's what he's saying.
Feel the lightness in my step. Since we met, I feel the lightness in my step. You're miles away, but I still feel you. Anywhere I go, there you are. Anywhere I go, there you are. Late at night, when you can't fall asleep, I'll be lying right beside you, counting sheep. Anywhere I go, there you are. Anywhere I go, there you are. There you are. There you are. You're the fire and the fire.
Divine masculine says, are you going to make one of those bangin' sandwiches? Absolutely, indeed. You know what? There's this divine masculine. I'm picking up on it. He must have the gifts, or at least some of them that I do. He's like, I knew you were. I was like tasting it. That's so funny. And so that indicates to me that he may have been intuiting that psychically. Yeah, I hear that he was. Yep. He's like, I've never even had it, but I was almost like craving it. I didn't even know how to explain it, but yeah, well, so was I. I love you.
And I always feel you in my blood.
He says, well, now I want one too. Is that an invitation to come over and... I mean, yeah. Give me a shout.
Everything is fine.
He says, you'll make me a sandwich? I'll make you a sandwich. I'll make you two if you're hungry. Love you. and here she said, oh, when you know, and I know.
Boy, when you know, and I know.
Everything is fine when your head's resting next to mine, next to mine. You're fine. Oh, you know what's funny? I heard that. Somebody's like, I thought you said she was like a rock star. She's more like a ballerina to me. But then there's this masculine also responding, and he says, no, I didn't say that. She has many facets, or like she's very multifaceted or something. So she's got many styles and many attributes and aspects of her personality. It's like they're trying to fit her into a box. Or you know how in high school they have cliques? There's like the sports, like the jock clique, and then the cheerleader clique, and then they're like the preppy kid clique, and you know how they split up into their little subcategories and such often. Except for, I'm one of those people that doesn't really resonate with one or the other. I'm a very eclectic and multifaceted person, okay? So I might have attributes of one thing, but I might also not fit into that category or entirely into that category, or more specifically, even if I do, it's not only that category. But these are very small-minded, short-sighted people, and so they can only perceive the box that they try to put people in, and then, which they can't imagine people getting out of, right? And they can't imagine that somebody could fit into multiple boxes or outside of the box. But I do. Divine Masculine says, no, you don't. You create the whole thing. You shatter the matrix. Yeah, well, also that. Oh, sorry, that was loud. Which is not what I meant to do. This was, though.
Hey, hey, hey. Yeah. Listen to me carefully.
These girls are scared of me, don't wanna be compared to me. Failure is rare in me, your man pull out my chair for me. He wants to marry me, my haters give me clarity and popularity. I'm so fucking boss, a fucking burden. It's like a verdict. Looking murderous, I pop my shoulder, that picture gets exposure. Copies like Oprah, my patience is bipolar. I thought I told you, don't press me or I'll roll ya. I won't be tolerating shit from nobody. I am that bitch. Get the hell off my dick. Sex appeal will know you out. Mayweather 50 rounds and labels you cannot pronounce. 20 out of 20, please try not to cry on me. Now that all my dreams are manifesting, face is even bitchy when it's resting. Chilling at the crib on a t-shirt with no panties on. Don't press me or roll ya. I won't be tolerating shit from nobody, cause I am that bitch. I am that bitch. Get the hell off my dick. Lay it out for me gracefully. I don't trip. I kick it real as I can. Me talking down, I don't hear you. My interjection is legal. My eyes speak clear as a ski-doo. Queen who? I am that bitch. Yeah, get the hell off my dick. So there's that. Oh, somebody is floored. I felt that. Oh, somebody's angry. Hi, how are you? We're absolutely getting there. It's been a journey. I saw that video. That was so baller. The one you put out today. Or when was it? Today? Yesterday? I commented on it today. Super cool. This is not how freedom works. You know what's funny too? When it got to that part, it actually sounded kind of a lot like me. A little bit. In an AI way. There was a lot of similarities. It's closer than not. How are you? How are you feeling? Hope your back is doing all right. Or wherever you are hurting. Ooh. So tied to the rope that I'm hanging from. Off this island, this was an escape plan. Carefully timed it, so let me go and dive into the waves below. Who tends to your chest? Who fixes up the gables? Emotional torture. From the head of your high table, who fetches the water from the rocky mountains and spring and walk back down again to feel your words and their sharp sting. I'm getting fucking tired. Capillaries in my eyes are bursting. If our love died, would that be the worst thing? With somebody I thought was my savior, sure made me do a whole lot of labor. The kind of skin on my hands is cracking. If all our love ends, would that be a bad thing? And the silence inside that chamber, you made me do too much labor. Apologies for my tongue, and never yours. Busy laughing from flowing cups and stabbing with your fork. I know you're a smart man and weaponize the false incompetence. It's dominance under a guise. If we had a daughter, how try to save her emotional torture from the head of your high table. She do what you told her. She made the same cruel fate. So now I've got to run so I can undo this mistake. Or at least I've gotta try. Capillaries in my eyes are bursting. If our love died, would that be the worst thing? Somebody I thought was missing. You sure made me do a whole lot of labor. The cat skin on my hands is scrappy. If our love died, would that be a bad thing? And the size on the bed chamber. You made me do too much labor. No condiments, just a dry burger. Extra cheese. Good. $20. I hope it's a good burger then, goodness. Did it come with sides? Gosh, it must have been some good beef. Better be. Like, there must be a reason for it to be that much. Denny's? No way. $20 for a burger at Denny's? No way. Hold on. No fucking way. Pardon my French, but yeah, you're not exaggerating. You're not joking. I just wanted to double check and make sure and just like see what even around here something like that might be, because we did, I don't know if we still do, but we did have a Denny's in Ellsworth. And yeah, it says the double cheeseburger is like 22. Regular, a single starts at $18.89, and so that's $20. That's a lot for. I only say that because we sell those at the restaurant, and I don't know if they're that much, but if they are, they're definitely better than Denny's, and they come with fries and sides and stuff. Potato salad. Oh, the potato salad's bomb. Oh, it's so good. It's kind of a secret recipe, actually, but yeah. And I'm not really a big potato salad girl, but I'll eat this one periodically. It's the spices in it that are so good. Anyway, that just blew my mind a little bit. Denny's was one of those places that used to be that was really affordable. That's why people would go there. But I was just saying today, like, a lot of those places are selling prices at price points that you would get just a few years ago at a regular, like, not a chain restaurant, like at a smaller, maybe a little bit more expensive place. Yeah. No. Cheeseburgers at our restaurant are, it says $11.79. How the hell is Denny charging twice as much? Denny's charging twice as much for. The only reason I'm saying this is because I know Denny's quality, and I don't like Denny's. I won't eat at Denny's personally. I do not like their food, and I don't shame or judge people who do. If you like it, you like it. That's great. I never have, even as a kid. I'm also not a pancake girl, but I did grow up in a restaurant that opens at 5 a.m. They get up earlier than that to prep and get ready, but they open at 5. They open the doors at 5 for the fishermen specifically. They do not serve dinner, but they serve breakfast all day, and because they're open so early, that's why they close after lunch. but it's like $12 for a cheeseburger, but that comes with fries and a pickle, and I think either, what is it, either potato salad or fries, or both, or it comes with sides and stuff. And their portions are solid. They're big portions too. But I don't like Denny's. And I'm not a pancake girl, even though those are sold at both places. However, I do know the quality of the burgers, and I'm floored that ours are almost half price in comparison. I'm a little bit perplexed by that, actually. Oh, that makes sense. No, it says that on it was like a regular Grubhub. I just Googled the Denny's prices, and that was the general consensus, was about what you're paying there. So I think the Denny's prices just went up, but I'm so confused as to how they're charging more, especially as a chain, than, I mean, we're about to have our 50th anniversary at the restaurant. My grandfather opened the place up before I was born. He put himself through business school, and then he opened it up, refurbished. It used to actually be a convenience store. And the name, people sometimes think that the name of the restaurant is my last name, but it's not. And there are people around here with that last name. The reason that it's called what it is because the previous convenience store that was there for years and years before that it was purchased from, they were a very common landmark. Like if people were looking for directions, that was one of the places that they would reference because it was just so locally well known. That was one of, hey, I'll meet you here, or hey, you know, I'll be at this place, but in order to get there, you go past this convenience store, and everybody knew it by name. So when my grandfather bought the restaurant, instead of changing it to our family name, he kept the previous name, but he changed it from a convenience store title to a restaurant and then converted it into a restaurant. So he basically gutted it, turned it into a restaurant, and then switched the name from the previous owner's last name to just the restaurant variation of it. People still knew where it was. It is still a landmark, and he made it one of his own and in his own right. I'm so confused. I don't blame you. I was overstimulated here, and it's a small population earlier today, although I did do a lot of other stuff, and I was in the hospital too, but it was a long day. Not me. I'm good. Don't worry. But yeah, it's been a journey, guys. And everybody who did me dirty is either trying to cover it up or kiss my ass right now. And I see it. They can't do either. They're caught, first of all. And second of all, I don't trust that behavior anyway. I don't blame you. It sounds like on a larger city scale, kind of what we deal with in regards to the lab traffic here. You know, when the lab gets out on the island and everybody that lives off island is trying to leave the island at once and get off the island on the one bridge to get off the island all at the same time. And so sometimes it gets backed up hours. There was a it was a bus accident right at the edge of that bridge too a few years ago. Hours was the only way off the island. People sat in traffic for hours till they could clear the bridge. And I bet you the cities are like that. is why we take the back road sometimes around here. It's faster than going through town. Oh, hurt. Somebody's asking questions about my schedule. No, I had a lot more to do, but those were a few things in the mix. And they were overstimulating enough as it was. Hi, baby. Well, we have kitties and music, and those are good. Yeah. Yeah, I believe you.
I feel no shame. Proud of where I came from. I was born and raised in the Boondocks. One thing I know, no matter where I go, I keep my heart and soul in the Boondocks. And I can feel that muddy water running through my veins. And I can hear that lullaby on the midnight train. And it seems to me and it sounds familiar. I'm proud of where I came from. I was born and raised in the Boondocks. One thing I know, no matter where I go, I keep my heart and soul in the Boondocks. Taste that honeysuckle is still so sweet when it grows wild on the banks till it don't feel green. And it comes to me like a warm wind blowing where I came from. I was born and raised. One thing I know, no matter where I go, in the Boondocks. It's what I learned about living. It's what I learned about love. It's what I learned about working hard. And having a little is just enough. It's what I learned about Jesus. And knowing where I stand. You can take it or leave it. This is me. This is who I am. Okay. I hear that. I'm so sorry we did that to her. Yeah, I bet you are now. I need to go put on pants, different pants. Hello. Mount St. Helens? Oh, gosh. Oh. They've always been so kind. Another brought you away from me.
It's a volcano.
Get your mind.
Wow. That's a little sketchy.
Anyway, we need to fetch back the time. They're stolen from us. I want you. We can breathe on the floor. Never danced like this before. We don't talk about it. Dancing on. Do the boogie all night long. Stoned in paradise. Shouldn't talk about it. I want you. We can bring it on the floor. Never danced like this before. We don't talk about it. Dancing on. Do the boogie all night long. Stoned in paradise. Shouldn't talk about it. Shouldn't talk about it.
There's the karmic who just said, I hate her. Yeah, you know, I'm not super a fan of yours either, so it's cool. That's fine. But I think you're obsessed with me. And frankly, so does the masculine you've been obsessed with. I'm picking up too. Interesting. You're both weird. Go away. Not the good kind of weird either. Next. Yeah, she's pouting. Like like Miss Piggy. Yep. Bye. Did you? That's sketchy. You flew over it in a plane? No, kitty, no. No, silly goosey. I love you, but I need you to hop down, okay? I danced like this before. He's so cute. Aww. Stone in paradise. We don't talk about it. Alright. You are so sweet. I can't even make you move right now. You're just the cutest boy. So sweet, baby. Oh, thank you. Just a nice boy. Oh, I missed you too. You missed me today? I know I was busy. I missed you too. I was thinking about you all day. I was, my good boy. I heard detestable. That's what people are perceiving these karmics and their behavior towards us. Let's do this one. Hi, cutie patootie pie. I'm just a good boy. I need to get you a window seat, huh? That'd be a good idea for the babies. I think so. Boy. Aww.
They say the holy water's watered down, and this town's lost its faith. Our colors will fade eventually, so if our time is running out, day after day, we'll make the mundane our masterpiece. Oh my love, I take one look at you, you're taking me out of the ordinary.
Oh, that's cool. You got your pilot's license when you were in 97 or 98. Gosh, how old was I? Not even 10 years old yet. I might have been 5. Super cool. The ordinary of your sanctuary. That's really cool, actually. Angels up in the clouds. Hallelujah. Heaven's gate. That is so cool. I was just thinking, like, honestly, it's a little bit flying. Oh. The concept of flying is a little bit sketchy to me on levels, but also super cool. And I was just thinking that when you said that, that's the cool part of it. Cloud dancing, that's so cool. But I think it's what freaked me out was a few years ago, I started picking up this weird thing about a plane crash, and all of a sudden I woke up and I just had this terrible anxiety. Like I just knew that I didn't want to be in a plane, or I wasn't looking to be in a plane. And I was confused because cognitively, I was like, where the heck is this coming from? I have had no plans to be in a plane, certainly not right now. Like, what is going on? Where is this? Is so random, except for then, like, the very next day or later the same day, there was this big news report that came out about a plane crash. And then the same thing happened with the cruise ship things a few months ago. I was picking up like cruise ship deaths and all kinds of stuff. And then all kinds of stuff started happening out there. It's not funny. From people jumping over to like weird things on the cruise ships that the police or the military had to intervene on, all in big succession. Now, this is not to say that there aren't periodically incidents on cruise ships, but I picked up that there would be, and then all of a sudden, there were so many, sometimes up to 3 a day in one case that I read, and it was nonstop. Nonstop. 722. There was something to that one. To be clear, I also have no really interest in cruise shipping either, but hey, there we go. Wing over. So what's that? Flightman. That's cool. That's so cool. For those who don't know, over the bay, that's so stinking cool. Flight maneuver. I bet scary though, especially if there were passengers who didn't expect it. A flight maneuver in which a plane is put into a climbing turn until nearly stalled, which the nose is allowed to fall while the turn is continued into normal flight until normal flight is attained. Now, I have a question. Is it like a barrel roll, or is it just like a U-turn turn? What kind of a turn are they talking about? Let's YouTube it. I don't know. Wing over.
Are you really gonna?
Oh, you're really getting desperate with those cult advertisements. They do this every year. Okay, I'm looking at it from both views. I'm just for giggles. Oh, that wasn't a really great one. Is it a barrel roll? What is that? I'm a little bit confused still. I don't think that was a great video. We're moving too much. I'm so curious now. It's the Gemini in me. The little bird in me is curious. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's so freaking cool. That was a good video. I get it. That's insane. So it's like to get a U-turn. You go up basically on a not a diagonal. You go up on a vertical almost instead of being at a horizontal like the plane usually is to spin it. That is so cool. Not a barrel roll, but it's still cool. Look at that. That's freaking awesome. It looks like a stingray in the sky. That is wild, dude. It takes some maneuvering, doesn't it? Till it's almost stalled out, it said. That's insane. But the one that I saw first was them doing it from the sky down towards the earth. This one was a takeoff, but the other one wasn't. That's wild. Preaching to the choir here, but my brain is excited to grasp this. Going over. Yeah, that's like that, almost like that zero gravity thing. That's wild. Ah. What is that called? There's something like a G-force, something about the G-forces. Isn't that in relation? I think it's G-forces that I'm thinking of. 10022. Anyway. So we're dead and married. Oh, I believe you. The angels up in the clouds of the ordinary. You know what? Can I ask you, since you are a pilot, the jet lag, what causes that? Is it the pressure shift? Do you know? Like medically in the plane, is that what's causing? I wonder. I guess I could Google that too. Why do humans get jet lag? Do animals get jet lag? Probably. Dogs, they just can sleep it off and they don't have to go to work, you know, like humans do. Like, I'm very curious. Because, oh. Okay, that makes sense. Hi, baby. So it's the, especially when people are traveling across time zones, it disrupts the body's internal clock. It disrupts the circadian rhythm. So it's just the biorhythm that moves with the earth. But when you're jumping from basically polarity to polarity from one side of the earth to the other, and you're just switching because there are different biorhythm frequencies that hit at different places at different points also. Yeah, I would say that that also can affect things. And it says something about the sleep. When it messes up your sleep patterns because you're losing or gaining time, your internal clock gets messed up because of the lack of sleep or the confusion in sleep patterns, and that messes with hormones and other bodily functions, usually synced up with the local environment's light and dark cues. So that makes sense. So your body's internal clock is synced to the original time zone. Interesting. Thank you. I'm seeing your comments now. That was the short answer and very helpful. That's so cool. They're threatened by you. I'm not saying it was right, but I can also see why somebody with even the degree of skill sets that you have may have been a target from well, Hancock. You know what I know? A lot of the people who've been targeting the both of us can't do what you do. Back, you go east back in time. Isn't that weird? It's a trippy concept. Not so much when you understand that time is a human construct. Like we don't. Time is not linear. Healing is not linear. It's just energy. But we do put a linear schedule on it when we run a clock or a calendar. It's kind of like the body doesn't know the difference between emotional pain or physical pain. It just, the prefrontal cortex knows that it hurts either way. It's very strange. Humans are weird, dude. Flying from the East Coast to the West Coast is a 6-hour flight, but only takes 3 hours. Wait, what? It's a 6-hour flight? Wait. Okay. It's a 6, I'm very confused. My brain just went. it's, it's a 6-hour flight, but it only takes 3 hours. I'm very confused. If it was a 6-hour flight, wouldn't it be wouldn't it take 6 hours? I'm so confused. What? Oh. Oh, okay. So when you cross the time zone, you lose a couple hours, and so I got it. I got it. Or you gain a couple of hours. Got it. Yeah. Well, that would mess things up a little bit, wouldn't it? You know how sometimes we get all weirded out when, like, even we have to set the clocks back or forward an hour? Like, it's a weird thing. Like, you could feel it. It feels different or feels later. Well, it is. We set the clock back. But I bet it's kind of like that, actually. I don't think I've ever crossed time zones. Have been other places. It's just they were on the same time zone. Like across the country, but not in a different time zone. Like from Maine to Florida. Still the same time zone. Even though they're on opposite ends. That makes sense. Thank you for simplifying it. I really appreciate that. I can still remember my 4th grade teacher. She went to Australia and she talked about being jet lagged a little bit and like losing time. I didn't really entirely understand it, obviously, in 4th grade, but that I just got a flashback to that. That makes sense. It's funny. And that's why sleep and regulation is the best. Great proper food and sleep whatever it takes to get your sleep schedule regulated. That's why that's advised. I wasn't sure if it was like I didn't know what it was. Pressure changes or like circulation or something. Nope, it's the time zones. That makes sense. Somebody's very angry, karmic female. Why are you mad? Because you're going to get away with everything we tried to do to you. They're saying we have to take accountability for everything we've done. You're right. We should have listened to you sooner. I've been saying that for a long time. They wanted to. Does it take a few days? That makes sense. They've been wanting to fight against it as if to prove me wrong, but there's nothing to prove wrong. I'm speaking facts. It just is. I thought I could manipulate it in a different way. No, that's what she's saying. No. Also, get out of my energy. Go away. Like, thank you, God, for the gifts and letting me know what's up, but I don't want to hear from this broad. Welcome to my dark side. It's gonna be a long ride. Welcome to my darkness. I've been here a while. Climbing up the sunlight, hoping for a smile. Something always comes in nothing. I'll drink your light till there's nothing left of your bloodshot eye. I'm getting a vision of, what is that, the ocean? Something about the ocean? What is this? Or like sea creatures? What am I picking up? I'm not mad at it, but... I'll take my time to show you how I feel inside. Welcome to my dark side. Welcome to my dark side. I enjoyed your meal, by the way. Got off on a little tangent. It was mostly about the prices. I was floored. I was floored. Because I saw somebody else recently. Get 2 small things and like tap water from another restaurant. It was kind of like a quick place to go. And it was a bit less than that. It was like almost $15 or so. But I was shocked at that based on what the price was. I mean, like I was saying, what people are paying at those quick spots right now, you used to be able to get this meals for the same price at an actual sit down, like a better restaurant or a better place, or even just like a mom and pop place, which tend to be often priced a little bit more than a fast food place. But for the fast food places to be more expensive right now than some of the really good like local small town establishments it floors me, just floored me. And I know it's not just in Vancouver area also, because I saw it recently while somebody else was picking something up in Maine. It was $15. It was wild. Seems like they've at least doubled. Blows my mind.
Welcome to my dark side. We're gonna have a good time. Acting like I'm heartless, I do it all the time. That don't mean I'm scarless, that don't mean I'm fine. But you see, when someone else makes you this way, I drain your life till there's nothing left but your bloodshot eyes.
I was just asking, what do I do to make sure to clear this energy from today? Any funky energies? Sanctuary, just create space and peace, which is what I've been seeking to do. Just to chill, hold space, unwind with the split the deck, the music and the flow of things, create some harmony. We just talked about the birds and the planes too. Good vibes. Also look at the flowers that match my nails. Yep. And give it to God. Let it transform, alchemize, rather. Stepping into new beginnings. For me, this is also my little one being sent home to me where she belongs. So closure of hostage situations and trust that the divine has this blessing. The deer symbolize, typically speaking for me, purity and gentleness. So a degree of sovereignty here too, and also the birds. So there's communication. She's got the butterfly wings, the alchemist here. I heard that looks like you, kind of, doesn't it? So does the other one. Yeah, also kind of, doesn't it? I hear, why do you show the like naked cards, or cards with naked art on them, and like other readers don't? Because those people are trying to monetize their videos, and if there's any kind of nudity even in this kind of a form, like art or cartoon, YouTube will ban it, and they will not be able to get money off of their videos. I don't care about that. I don't do that. I just speak the truth to speak the truth, and I'm not looking to censor or filter myself. Not when God doesn't want me to. Exactly. Dreams. I suspect I'll have some dream prophecy to share with you soon. And this is all about having discernment. You see, 1:14:44. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. This is about clearing out cycles, wisdom, knowing better than to deal with certain people or situations. And if you had to clear certain things out, then making a point to find that center point of balance again. I hear take me to church. My lover's got humor. She's a giggle at a funeral. Yep, surrender. and listening. As I was just hearing You by James Arthur, which is about butterflies. And didn't the karmic say, oh, you said she's like a rock star. She looks more like a ballerina to me. And he's like, yeah, well, she does many things, you see. Ballet. Careful, kitty. Ballet shoes. Hold on. Who ripped the masks off of these karmic clowns, too. And you see, it does kind of look like me. She was wearing a yellow dress over here earlier. Or was it? Ancestors. Yeah, these cards fell. We'll go through those in a minute. Whoops. Celebration just flipped out as well. So there's stuff to celebrate or will be coming. Look, peace established for mom and baby. Right, a little lamb. Change, gratitude, healing, innocence, faith, wisdom, discernment. She looks more like a ballerina to me. You know, I have a picture of my mom actually in a ballet costume, just like that, same color and everything. She had that dark curly hair. She looks like that. She's very similarly posed actually to that. And the same colors and everything. There she goes, look at her. Okay. And then these ones, look. Adventure. Eiffel Tower in the back. See, like there's support. That does kind of look like my mom as well. You know what she's reminding me of here? It's Little Red Riding Hood. It's like Beauty and the Beast. Look, it matches my nails. Beauty. Power. Focus on stepping into your power and highest sense of self and strengths. Cheetah, like the two cats over here, we were just talking about that too, taking some time with the kitties. Thoughts, and I was just picking up also their reference for me, it's animal communication. There's telepathy there. Grace, it's a divine gift. Here, that looks like you too. Yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it? Transition, there's this alchemy energy happening. So shifting into a much higher frequency, much better space of being from this cold, shadowy, wintry energy to, wow, look at the last card, much brighter days. And guess what song I have ready to play up here? About butterflies.
They've been making you feel like you never did belong. Yeah, he said it, she said, yeah, they say it, Lord. So many things that
Thank you for going. Where you coming from? So terrible. You looking for a purpose. Butterfly, butterfly, you always want. Sticks and stones. Yeah, I'll check that out. Hijacked by the Synagogue. Yeah. You became the butterfly that I knew you always wanted. Careful, baby. You're right. Mommy needs to eat eventually, so maybe we should start on that. At least cooking. Okay, anything else? Ooh, they're so mad, these karmics. I heard that. Why do they get mad when you're just taking care of yourself? Because they want me to just die, I guess. In fact, I don't guess. That's literally what she said earlier. Because they think that would fix their problems. It won't make you prettier, and it won't make you any less psychotic. Just saying. You need a 302, a 304, or a 5150, whatever it is in your area, but you need some kind of hold. Karmic. Because I'm not the one stalking people, you are. And I'm not the one hacking people, you are. And I'm not the one being a criminal little brat. Thinking there's something special when they're really just a militant tyrant with no authority. Chip on their shoulder, too big for their britches. For starters, heavy is the head that carries the crown. And I can tell from now, right from here, you're not equipped. And you're not strong enough for the job. You wouldn't be doing things like that if you were. Somebody who was would never. You failed that one in advance. You want a copy, try to dress up like a queen, but that doesn't, I hear, give you the gusto that you need to actually do the job or do it well. Yeah, no, you're not a queen. And within the next few months, everyone will see it, and this person's catching karma for trying. 1, 23, 22. Anything else? Anything you want to tell us? How about my light workers to clear these energies? No, they're not succeeding. They're toxic, and they're done. Yep, because a peaceful resolution is being established instead. You just have to take action. Speak up if you need to. Finish the job. Make sure to finish filing that paperwork. Fill those bar complaints out. Don't let people get away with it, etc., and so forth and so on. You catch my drift. Just stay focused and finish. Stay grounded, take care of yourself, do what you need to do, but you got it. And frankly, so do I. Yeah, your stalking is not making it better for us. It's making it worse. So they're realizing that stalking to try to see what's going on with the enemy is not doing anything but upsetting them. And it also, they're catching karma for it. So it's backfiring again. Everything we do is backfiring. I don't think we're not going to get backfires unless we just stop and leave her alone. Yeah, that's it. That's the lesson. Your lesson, karmics, is to leave me and my collective alone. And until you listen to that, and until you stop trying to fuck with us and stop trying to fuck us up, the universe is going to fuck you up. End of discussion. Law of universal return. You reap what you sow, bitch. Karma's only a bitch because you were, but let me tell you what. is a lady and karma's a bitch on my side. Cheers.
Call it delusion or ego, call it whatever you like. I'm on my own vibe, watering seeds from the tears that I cried. I'm making fans of my critics, castles I built in my mind. Took some alone time, put my phone on airplane mode. I'll fly you so high. I gotta ride with my psyche. I wake up like, and I don't chase my universe has got my back. Must be my energy. It's affect everything I wanna have. Must be my energy. I'm like a sleepwalker living a daydream. Don't wake me up from my life. Not scared of vampires. They can't suck me dry when I'm so damn alive. 2020, got perfect vision like visionary. God is my witness. Yeah, luck is a lady and karma's a bitch on my side. I don't chase that. I try. Universe has got my back. Lucky me. Must be my energy. It's a fight. Everything I want. Must be my energy.
Alright, you know what I also heard? Oh, baby. What are you doing? I am the vision of my loved one's dreams. I am the space above, below, within, and in between. I am the earth, I ground in her. I am the stars, spin myself so very far. They'll try to box you in. Oh. Whoops, I heard that earlier. Something about the box. They try to put people in a box. No. They try to box you in. Yeah. I am the earth. I grown with her. I am the stars. Spin myself so very far. They try to box you in. Try to tell you you're not good enough. Stop listening. How can I pretend?
to know that I was good enough. Probably cause we're told we're just a bunch of random stuff. Stuck on a rock without a purpose. Wondered what I did to deserve it. Victim mentality was gripping me. Locked up in chains because I couldn't see. And I'm not to blame, but I acknowledge my pain. And yet I'm still here to claim my victory.
Okay.
Punched me in the mouth and it felt like a gift. I bet you'll never know how twisted that roll is. Yeah, it's true what they say, boys think with their dicks. No, this ain't something I'm sorry can fix.
You're fucking with a goddess, and the bitch bites back. I love it when you're honest.
Fighting like that, boy, now
You're the ones who are godless. Am I scaring you? Yeah. You're wrong, and it'll feel right.
let you play along like a tough guy.
I can be the jailer, and you will pay your crime. Ooh, it happens all the time.
Said my pretty face shouldn't look this way. He thinks that my body
His hands to stay.
look me in the eyes, afraid to see what's looking back. Oh, you'll regret doing the devil.
Dirty like that.
Believe that I could take a beating.
Just on my back, damn thing. I brought the god of war to his knees.
Back of my hand, wipe this blood from my cheek. Now you're pointing fingers into mirrors.
Crying now cause nobody can hear you.
But this bitch is your queen, I promise you one thing.
But this bitch is your queen, I can promise you one thing. You won't like me when I'm mean. Mean.
Unlike me, when I'm mean, mean, mean. You won't like me when I'm
Mean. Goddess. I love it when you're honest. Karmics are like that. Am I scaring you? Yeah. Yeah. Act like the tough guy. I can be the jailer and you will pay your crime. Ooh, it happens all the time. Okay. Ribbon around my neck and it's red. You know, that reminds me of Empress Josephine. After she escaped the guillotine, they had guillotine parties, and the women who survived, the people who survived the guillotine, would tie red ribbons around their neck to emphasize that they kept their heads. Literally. What do you mean guillotine parties? It is what it sounds like. They would dress up in these lovely costumes and then wear red ribbons around their neck. They didn't just go around guillotining people. No, they were celebrating the fact that they were set up to be guillotined and then survived and were not sent to the guillotine instead. It was in the Reign of Terror era in France. No, typically a guillotine party refers to a party or, oh, excuse me. Yeah, this is what it is. It's a party or gathering themed around the French Revolution and the use of the guillotine. These events are, kitties! Often zoomies, characterized by a morbid fascination with the device in the era, and may include costumes or decorations referencing the guillotine. And so more specifically, what's going on? What's that? What's the noise? What's panting, huh? Like a puppy. Josephine was imprisoned and faced execution by guillotine during the Reign of Terror, but was spared due to the fall of Robespierre. She narrowly escaped death and was released from prison during the execution of her husband, who was a monster, by the way. They called him the Terror King. ribbon. Like that. But yes, they would dress up, and it was a whole event celebrating the fact that they survived. Not everybody at the events was a survivor, but the ones who wore a red ribbon tied around their neck and a choker, like a necklace choker. But anyway, that was that. I also heard this specifically. I still hear your voice trying to rip my world to pieces. And so this is, it seems to be a clapback response to a karmic's, or a karmic. I'm not mad at it. I have a dance video to this actually. You see? Still hear your voice try to rip my world to pieces. But I'm not your toy. You can break and leave it bleeding. The damage is done, moving on. If I'm ready or not. But you drag me through mud. Here I come. Now I'm petty as fuck. Petty as fuck. I hope you never fall in love again. I hope you beat yourself and lose your friends. I hope they call you out for shit you said. And I hope you're miserable until you're dead. So fucking miserable, baby. Keeping your shit to myself. If I said it out loud, you'd be burning in hell. I could make everybody hate you almost as much as you hate yourself. And I won't go. I know one day it'll come around. Fuck you for now. If I'm ready or not. But you drag me through mud. Here I come now. I'm petty as fuck. Petty as fuck. Love again. I hope you beat yourself and lose your friends. I hope they call you out for shit you said. I hope you're miserable until you're dead. I hope you're haunted by all your regrets. I hope they fuck you up inside your head. No, don't forget. I hope you're miserable until you're dead. I hope you never fall in love again. I hope you beat yourself and lose your friends. I hope they call you out for shit you said. I hope you're miserable until you're dead. I think, my darlings, I'm going to cap it right there. So please remember to pray. Do no harm. Take no crap. I will definitely catch you on the next one. I need to go do a bit more recalibrating myself. And I'll see you soon. Blessings. And namaste.